And hello, cadets, and welcome to this latest installment of General Howitzer's Big Monster Briefing Room. I am General Lemuel T. Howitzer, retired. Nice to see you. And I'm going to bring up my able-bodied assistant right now, Major Millie Hazzard.
Very able-bodied, General. I'll call you later. That's how I get my accent. Coffee talk, Long Island. I have a totally new look right now. I got these new glasses, just for funsies. It's not my real glasses, but I think I look like an airline pilot. I feel like I'm a little like a pilot. Got the peripherals. Very important.
Where in this creation and Earth do you see that as being an airline pilot's glasses?
Well, I feel like a fighter pilot, and it doesn't matter if I really am. It's just about how I feel. It's about the fighter pilot inside my heart.
Well, there it is. It's about how you feel.
It's about how I feel. Yeah.
Who am I to piss on your parade?
Don't be a little pissant. You don't want to be a pissant. We do. Do you have your Peach Mango tea, General? Because we get a lot of questions about the Peach Mango tea. We get a lot of them.
I had dinner before the show, which is a rarity.
Did you make noises when you were drinking?
I think I did. Again, you point that stuff out. I don't know it when I do it.
Everybody loves when the howitzer noises. It's a lot of howitzer
you
noises.
Do, yes.
No, everybody does. It's one of your endearing qualities,
Well, and speaking of noise, I've got to make a little noise right now.
Okay.
And it's not going to be what you think. No, we found
you
out
have
this
the far
week
button,
that
the Ruby Ray more than
that we run on are claiming copyright because of our opening theme song, which we actually ran again today. Hey, there he is. I was in the mess hall before I started the show today. Yeah, and we started a little late because we were debating whether to run the show intro or not. So I apologize for being 2 minutes late, but we're going to have to change our theme song now. So I talked to a professional in the business, a guy named Tom Cheshire in Atlanta.
I love Tom Cheshire. He's a big rock star. He's a rock star from New York.
Okay. I said, can you come up with something like that on your Casio keyboard? And he said, yeah, I'll check into that and see what I can do. And he's going to create a theme song for us. So hopefully we'll have that by next time.
Well, it doesn't get any better than that because he's a big rock star. Everybody knows this guy. It's going to sound amazing. I mean, I'm looking forward to it. It's going to be a smash hit, to be honest. I think it's going to be a hit.
Right,
even though it's a theme song, it could still be a hit,
So, and Cadet Jonathan is watching from an Airbnb just outside of Nashville.
We salute our cadets, Cadet Bowman, Cadet Phipps. We salute you.
Nice.
Where's Farwell? I know Farwell's got to be in here. She never misses one.
Okay, so what I was going to say is, again, what we have as our theme song is a classical music piece by Holst. It's like 100 years old, for crying out loud. It should be in public domain. But I guess the one that I picked was the Royal Vladimirian Symphony or something.
It's unfair.
Screaming, hey, he's using our version of that Mars theme. So
I think it's very unfair, the whole thing. We need to get legal up their asses.
I think it's a pain in the neck is what I think. But we'll get through it. We always do.
We always do.
On the good news home front, we still have General Howitzer hats with the stars on them. We got them in tan, OD green, which is olive drab, and black. We've got the black ones too, which look kind of like Star Wars hats. It looks like the Imperial Guard, guys. And this week, special order, I got the General Howitzer Big Monster Briefing Room sticker. that you can put on your notebook or what have you, whatever, your refrigerator, I don't know. And it's got me and Hazzard on there, and it says your last line of defense. So there it is. There it is. And these were expensive because I made them too big. So this batch of 200, they're limited edition. Okay. After we give these 200 out, they're going to be a smaller version of the same thing, a little smaller. This is about like 4x7 or something. It's huge. So I wasn't expecting that. I said like 3x5 is good, and the guy put 2 per page, I guess, to get that money. And but they're nice. I mean, I can sign them. You know, I'm going up to the G Fest this year in Chicago in mid-July, July the 13th, I believe, the 14th, 15th. And on the second day of that, I'll be touring around the floor as myself, and hopefully I'll meet some people and give out some stickers. And if they want me to autograph them, I'll have a Sharpie with me. So, and if you want me to autograph yours, I'll autograph it, General Howitzer, for you. So I gotta send some of these up to Major Hazard.
I can autograph them too. You know, I'm not above autographing them.
She's got a lot of fans too, so
I do. Thank you very much.
You're very smart.
Well, I appreciate that. I have degrees. I have degrees from real universities. They're real universities. I do want to remind everyone though that Ringo
as
Starr,
opposed to fake universities. You know, like,
they're real. They're real. A lot of people don't believe me, but I'm an actual scientist. People, I have the lab coat. So I just wanted to remind everyone that Ringo Starr no longer autographs anything. So, you know, for us to autograph this is actually a big thing. Yeah, he said he's warning you with peace and love that no more autographs forever because he's done. So that's the thing. But General Howitzer and myself, we will autograph. So even though Ringo Starr won't,
Paul McCartney autographs.
Paul McCartney still autographs. Exactly. That's what I'm going to say.
He's out there. He's still rocking and rolling and making people happy. I bet he's autographing.
He's autographing. They're all autographing. It's just Ringo Starr. I don't know what.
I blame it on Ringo Starr's wife, Barbara Bach. She was in The Spy Who Loved Me with James Bond, with Roger Moore.
That's right.
She was a Russian in that. I bet she's responsible for this.
She is. And I like the Quali Simon song, you know, The Spy Who Loved Me, when she talks about why'd you have to be so good. It's a beautiful opening. It's a very beautiful opening.
Better. That's my theme song.
Yes, nobody does it better. Thank you. That's
there you go. All right. So, and speaking of Russians, our film begins with a little Russian American back and forth. The first thing, and let me explain to you real quick here, but put me back on screen here. Let me explain to you what happened this week. I got to be honest with you. This was the most difficult timeline to put together for me, because not only did I have to colorize it with a colorizing program, I had to do all the pictures, you know, and then colorize them. The colorization didn't work well on this film. A lot of the pictures just look brown, like old cowboy Western shots, you know, with the brown tint.
Sepiatone. They call that sepia.
Yeah, Sepiatone. There you go. It's like somebody poured Coca-Cola all over your picture. Anyway, yeah, that's what some of these look like. But it took like twice as long for me to do it, and I just had to go with it. And the version of Gamera the Invincible that I had was a VHS copy, so it's kind of grainy and nappy looking. What was it they said the other night on the show? Squirrely looking. They're kind of squirrely looking.
Rebecca Twani said that the new word for the show is going to be squirrely. There you go.
Yeah. So yeah, Rebecca Brown Tawny. Yeah, there we go. All right. But I digress. In any case,
I would do that for her too, but I can't. My tongue doesn't do that. I can't make the noise, the growl. That's the Roy Orbison growl. That's Roy Orbison. You know, Pretty Woman.
Well, no, actually, Bob Hope used to do that. He taught me how to do that on the
USO okay. Show. But you could also sing Pretty Woman, though. You do a Roy Orbison, and you can do it.
Yeah, Roy Orbison does that too. He does the growl. You pretty woman walking down the street. Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
But you like it when I do that, don't you?
I love when you do it, and it makes every woman feel so ladylike. It's wonderful. Thank you. You're such a gentleman.
I'm sorry, it tickled me when you said that because that's kind of the opposite of what it actually is.
No, it's wonderful.
Do
It's so
women like to walk by
nice.
construction sites? I mean, really.
Well, that's more of a whistle. That's more of a whistle, you know. That's a little more traumatizing and threatening. I think it's different.
So this is better.
Much, much better. If Roy Orbison and Bob Hope can
Much
do it, it's
classier.
better.
Much classier. What the hell was I talking about earlier?
I don't
I was talking
remember.
about the timeline.
Russian.
So I went back and I found the original Japanese version of Gamera to get a better quality version of this film so that I can make good slides, better slides. And again, still the Sepiatone thing was happening. And, I did the best I could. I had to piece together this timeline from two different versions of this movie. And I'm done explaining now. Let's go ahead and go to it.
Okay, we're gonna put it up here. Here we go. There you
go. The first thing we say in Gamera the Invincible, and this happens later in the Japanese version, but the first thing we see in Gamera the Invincible is a ship cutting through the ice in the Arctic. The frozen tundra, if you will. Where's IG Tsuburaya when you really need him, At 1 minute and 40 seconds, we meet Dr. Hidaka Aikaki, who's a photographer, and Miss Kyoko. Yeah. Oh my God. Yeah, Kyoko. Good enough. She's the one that I guess it's a pink parka in this shot. It might be a blue parka in the next one. But anyway, they spot some Russian planes going by. They're visiting an Eskimo camp and they see some Russian planes going by. Our boys are sent out in U.S. jets to find out what they're doing in our airspace. And at U.S. Defense Force, the base, Sergeant Susan Embers appears to be the one who's really under attack. This one was actually very cringeworthy. These guys all hitting on her like that. At the U.S. Defense Base, General O'Neill you recognize this guy from all those TV commercials from the 70s and 80s? Anyway, General O'Neill his name is actually O'Neill, by the way. Really. Is called out and he issues a red alert. My kind of general. At 4:30, he tells the pilots if the foreign planes don't cooperate, shoot them down. Ooh, that makes my sidearm hot. So yeah, one of the Russian planes gets shot down. There's like four of them. One of them gets shot down because he's shooting back at the American planes who want to get out of the airspace before anybody notices. So anyway, it gets shot down. Now, our nearby team, headed by Dr. Hidaka, sees the mushroom cloud and wisely decides, hey, we better distance ourselves from this fallout, guys. So they're like, they tell the local Eskimo tribe, oh, thank y'all. Thanks a lot. We're going to be heading out now. Thanks for all the fish. And here's a side note. Here's an interesting side note about that cloud. Kyoko says only a nuclear bomb can cause a cloud like that. Meanwhile, miles away at the U.S. Defense headquarters, they say it was a 1 megaton atomic bomb. Take that, smarty pants. So, is that my back? Oh, okay. I see what you're doing. I see more characters on the shelf behind me than I see mushroom cloud. There. She's a scientist. That's right. She knows Sepiatone. Correct. See what I mean? This is supposed to be a color picture. Right here. And yeah, you got a little bit of orange, a little bit of brown. Yeah, mostly still gray. Yeah. Chewbacca is on the phone about copyright infringement. Yeah. What can I say? Lorraine, welcome. Yes. So anyway, the ice begins to break up where the plane came down and Gamera emerges. There he is. Now the ice looks a little green here, but hey, it's better than black and white, I guess. And the credits roll. Gamera the Invincible. That's actually a colorized slide, believe it or not. But it's like that white cow in a snowfield thing. What are you going to color it if it's a white cow in a snowfield with a light gray sky? as they're hustling out of the camp, the chief of the Eskimo tribe gives them a sacred stone with a prophecy of Gamera on it. The doctor and the crew still leave them behind. Yeah, thank you. Great. Now, it's a good thing, though, because Gamera attacks the ship that they came in on, which is the close by. And clearly we see cartoon crewmen running from the ship, but Gamera, I guess, fried them up with his fiery breath. The word gets out quick about the giant turtle rumors. It's even in the Frankfurter News. So 2030, General Arnold calls a meeting with the Secretary of Defense in Washington, D.C. Okay, that's a little bit better of a colorization right there. So that looks a little better. It's got to be indoors, not in the Arctic. If you're in the Arctic, Sepiatone. So General Arnold, I'm speaking a little Japanese there. For the record, this senator, he's a real weenie head. Okay, I just want to say that. Is Mount Shitiro in this one? I believe so. I believe that's at the end. And this Japanese man gets drunk on too much sake and sees a UFO. But actually, it's Gamera. And that will be the next slide. Yeah, there he is, flying around. Gamera. Now, they did this, they did the flying of Gamera in this first one with animation, which was kind of weird. But there it is. Okay, so then we meet, I lost my place. We meet Toshio. He lives in a lighthouse and he loves turtles. The kid really, really loves turtles. I mean, his teacher's concerned about it. His sister's concerned about it. And then he meets, face to face, the granddaddy of all turtles, Gamera. That's him on the bottom left there, or on the bottom right there. Toshio in his white hat. So anyway, what's peculiar about this scene is that, the news reports are just coming out, and I don't think they said Gamera in any of the news reports. They just said giant turtle. But everybody here at this house, at this lighthouse, knows Gamera's name. They're all saying, oh, it's Gamera. Oh, yes, it's Gamera. Oh, Gamera. How did they know that? Did somebody leak that to the press? They were just saying giant turtle. Anyway, I guess he was really grumpy when he first woke up because he burned up all of those sailors. But he left all these guys alone at the lighthouse. He even saves Toshio. Lets him fall into his hand, and then he puts him down on the ground. He doesn't squash him. He doesn't burn him up in fire. But I guess that's what happens when you first get up. After a few thousand years being in hibernation, you're probably pretty grumpy. So anyway, he's back to his old destructive self again. Shortly thereafter, he attacks a geothermal power plant. Geothermal power plant. Say that 3 times fast. Geothermal power. You can get one of these. We should do some trivia questions. Yeah, and if you want a hat or a sticker or both, let me know. Private message Rory Penland. He's my go-to guy. And he does all that stuff for me. And tell him what you want, and he'll tell you the price and how much it'll cost to send it to you. So anyway, there's the geothermal power plant. Gamera's attacking. Dr. Hidaka gets his first glimpse of Gamera and the uselessness of military attacks on the turtle. This thing is just, nothing's penetrating that skin. Nothing. Electricity doesn't bother it. Fire doesn't bother it. And Dr. Hidaka realizes that the turtle eats fire. If there's a fire, he sucks it up. That's his food. He loves fire. Loves to eat it. So there it is. Hidaka meets a little guy. Man, PhD time. Dr. Marasa. That's who they go to meet. Our hero team, our heroic team. And Marasa and him are like, oh, very interesting. Yes, very interesting. Oh, yes. Oh, interesting. Yeah, they're like that for like 5 minutes. Don't really go anywhere. They don't really do anything. Get the Gamera camera. That's what they need on TikTok. They need one of those Gamera face things. Make everybody look like Gamera with the 2 big teeth coming out of the side of his mouth. That was terrible. That was me trying to do Gamera. Okay, that was better. That was better. I just forgot. Out, not in. There we go. There's a noise for you. Hazzard.
I intentionally didn't come on because if someone wants to clip it and put it on a loop, I wasn't there to disturb it. It was
That was me
perfect.
doing Gamera. But I can't do the upswing one on it. It's too high. It's too high for me, for my voice. But I can do the downswing part, the latter part. That's pretty much what he sounds like. So, okay. I tried.
It was glorious, General. It was the best part of the show ever. I mean, it was like the best thing that ever happened.
Not as good as us cracking up about, Mechagodzilla farting out of his feet, but it was there. It was up there. It was up there. No, I'm not going to do that again. Lowbrow humor. Not going to.
We don't want to cheapen the experience.
Damn you. Okay, just two. All right. So, Secretary of Defense meets with General Arnold again and Weenie Head. They all meet. This time they're all in the same room, I think. In that first scene that they did together, this guy on the left, the Weenie Head, they always shot his shots away from everybody else. He wasn't in the shot, so I think he wasn't there that day. Anyway, he was here on this day when they shot this. They're saying, let's do nuclear weapons. Isn't that how this thing started? That's what I say. So anyway, while they're making up their minds about the nukes, Gamera starts to head away from the power plant and up the mountain there. Again, Sepiatone shot. Supposed to be in color. And that's not nuclear weapons. That's dynamite right there. What they're going to do is they're going to try to blow Gamera off the top of the mountain. So he lands on his back. They figure, hey, turtles, when they're on their back, that's it. Game over. That's I can't remember if it's Marasa or Hidaka. But anyway, they get him on his back, which is exactly what they wanted. And it's like, ha, ha, ha. They're making fun of him. And everything. Hey, look at Gamera on his back. Hey, he's done for. In a couple of months, he's just going to be old turtle meat, That was disturbing. Thank you. Thank you very much. But it's Gamera. There you go. Thank you, Lorraine. You can do it. Turtle farts. It's coming. It's coming. Yes. He farts out of the hole. Yep. There we go. He does that out of his holes as he pulls his legs in and flame comes out. How? I don't know. And then the shell begins to spin and he can fly. He can fly. Just like Mechagodzilla. Up he goes. He can fly. So, okay. So here we are at the United Nations. Look at how small that room is. That is an incredibly small room for the United Nations. It's like they're meeting in the bathroom. Hey, guys, let's go to the restroom and have a meeting. It's like, oh, the big meeting is being held for something else. Let's hold the Gamera meeting in the closet. Even the symbol on the wall is kind of smaller than you would expect. It's barely over a human head size. Anyway, okay, these guys are meeting, and General Arnold, he's talking about a plan that he has, Plan Z, Secret Plan Z. And he and the Russians fight over who's going to be in charge. And they say, oh, both of you guys can be in charge. Okay, but they don't tell us what Plan Z is. Meanwhile, back in Tokyo, Toshio and his sister meet up with Dr. Hidaka and Kyoko. So, yeah. So they meet up. And, of course, he's all about, oh, we get to save Gamera. Gamera saved me, And again, this kid is so annoying. I hate it when they put little kids like this in these movies. Back to cooler stuff. Gamera does a flyby at the Tokyo airport, and then he takes out the tower. I mean, what does he think he is, Tom Cruise? So we at 1 hour exactly on the dot. We are subjected to the song Gamera. Gamera, do 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 do. Gamera, do 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 do. Gamera puts a stop to that. Next slide. Or not. Yeah, Gamera tears down the building. He takes down Tokyo Tower. The attack on Tokyo begins. So take that, you drug-addled hippies. And he roasts people again. Again, he must be ticked off about something, because maybe it was because they got him on his back, because he's roasting people again, which is pretty mean. Welcome to hell, Gamera style. Yeah, see, there he goes. Got that flamethrower breath. Yeah. 105, Gamera is at another power plant on the water. Oh, I'm sorry. While evacuating, Toshio runs away. Look how his sister is worried sick. Look at her. That's a nice blouse, though. Colorized pink on one side and blue on the other. Kind of a Harley Quinn thing going on there. I remember, they're colorized. All right, so Gamera makes his way to another place where he can eat fire. Meanwhile, there's all kinds of fire going on behind him, but he doesn't eat that. He just moves forward. And anyway, they're starting Plan Z now. They're going to lure Gamera by rolling trains with gasoline towards him. Yeah. Yeah. No kidding. So those blow up and he eats the fire, and then they blow up another one. And here Toshio is, you can't really see him. He's up there about middle to the left there of that big box. Toshio is stowing away. He wants to get close to Gamera to warn him. So what this kid needs is a backside warming. That's what he needs. So anyway, the plan keeps moving forward. Phase 2 begins. They lure Gamera to the island that Cadet Fred was talking about there earlier, with expensive grade gas. Yes. But there Toshio is trying to warn him. Gamera, don't come. Gamera, it's a trap. Get away. Shut up. You're going to ruin the plan, kid. Plan Z. Gosh darn it. Somebody dunked this kid in gasoline. Well, yeah, jeez. No, I didn't mean that. I don't want Facebook to be, put me in Facebook jail. I didn't mean that. Of course, he can't resist. That's Gamera. Important time. An impromptu. I can't read my writing. Impromptu typhoon almost spoils Plan Z, but they set fire to the camp, which for some reason burns better than the gasoline. I'm not sure about that one. Anyway, and to make things even better, the volcano erupts out of nowhere. What's going to lure Gamera? Hey, big fire, big volcano. Oh, yeah. Yes. So the volcano blows its top. Weird coincidence, but hey, there it is. This movie was only an hour and 22 minutes, by the way. It was a short movie. So, again, there's going to be a lot of talk with me and Hazzard after this is over. The volcano blows its top. Here's step 2 of phase 2. What? Step 2, phase 2? What? How many steps and phases does this damn plan have? So anyway, at 122, Gamera is lured onto a launch pad. There we go. And then a capsule is closed around him. That's the next slide. There it is. That's the nose cone of a rocket right there, closing around our... Now, why don't they do this with all monsters? That's what I say. Just put them in a nose cone of a rocket and fire them up into space. Get rid of them. So anyway, he's shot into space. He's off on his way to Mars. Don't tell Elon Musk. He's off on his way to Mars. Even Toshio is happy. I'm going to grow up and be an astronaut, and I will go to Mars, and I will visit Gamera. Yeah, right, kid. Sure. So there it is. They put him in a Jeff Bezos rocket, and they send him off to Elon Musk land. And there's Toshio, so happy to see his friend entrapped in a rocket and shot out into space. I say shoot him right into the sun. Get rid of him for good. But that's me. So, again, why didn't they do this with Godzilla? Why didn't they do this with Rodan? Just lure them into a rocket cone and shoot them off into space. Perfect. Perfect. That's the way to get rid of them. Agreed? Do the Gundam dance. With your Gundam style. There's a trivia question for you. What is the biggest monster The biggest monster out of Korea. Who knows the answer to that? The biggest monster out of Korea. Whoever gets that, I will send them one of these bad boys right here. If you want me to sign it, I will. That's up to you. But just whoever gets this first. Gamera, do 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 do, Gamera, do 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 do, Gamera. Yes. So the question, the trivia question for this show is, who is the biggest monster out of Korea? Mount Shitsuki. Impromptu Typhoon. That should be a band name. Yes, I agree. Impromptu Typhoon. I'll hide now. All right. Jeff Bezos into the sun. Shooting Jeff Bezos in the sun. No, we're shooting Gamera into space. He's going to head to Mars. They're sending him off to Mars. They're going to give him a fighting chance. What they don't know is that 1 year later, that rocket hits a meteorite. It blows open the nose cone, and guess what? Gamera's back. But he's comes back and he saves the world from Baragon, another monster that freezes stuff. Mega Gojira. So, okay, the trivia question we're trying to answer, it's not Mechagodzilla. What is the big monster that comes out of Korea? Korean big monster. Hazzard, are you there?
I don't know the answer. Nobody knows the answer yet. We haven't gotten the answer yet. Only,
okay.
Yeah,
so
we don't know.
You want me to do the merchandising?
Yeah,
okay,
do the merch and let's see if somebody can get it.
There's not much out there.
King Kong.
See, because Gamera was a bad guy in this movie, so nobody really liked this movie, and it was black and white. And
King Kong, because
it wasn't until he became a good guy and it became like a kids movie kind of guy. You know, Gamera versus Gaios, Gamera versus Baragon, Gamera versus Jiger, Gamera versus Virus, Gamera versus Guiron, Gamera versus Zigra. I mean, that's you see most of the merchandise for that. King Kong, not out of Korea. Sorry. So there's Gamera shirts out there. This one's only $12.95. I kind of like that one. That's another one from Gamera the Invincible. The Japanese the translation in Japanese is Big Monster Gamera, I think, for the Japanese version. That's the English translation of it. But in America, it's known as Gamera the Invincible. Okay, so T-shirts are on the market if you like Gamera. But again, that's kind of just a general Gamera thing. But those are pictures from the first movie, or graphics of the pictures from the first movie. There's a poster that you can get on the internet. I think that's not a real full-size poster, though. This is a double feature DVD with the first two Gamera movies, Gamera versus Baragon, which is called Battle of the Monsters, and Gamera the Invincible. And look at the price on that. It's like less than $2. That's sad. That's just sad. So there is a lobby card. I think, no, that's a magnet, isn't it? That's a Gamera magnet for your refrigerator. But that's actually of a lobby card. This is 13 monster movies, most of them the Gamera films, and there's some other ones like Monster from a Prehistoric Planet, different ones. The monster that I'm waiting for the answer to his name is on this, is in this actual DVD. I actually ordered this because I want that movie for this show. It's a very hard to find movie. It's out of Korea, big monster, again, mid to late 60s. And let's move on. And what is that? I can't see that. Was that an extra slide I shouldn't have sent you?
I think it's confirmation that you ordered it. It's saying that you ordered.
Oh, okay, yeah, I sent you that, and I shouldn't have sent you that because that says I ordered it. Thank you, folks.
Yeah, and Cadet O'Leary said that flying bird. That's her answer.
That flying bird. I think you're talking about. You're not correct. I think the name of that is Garuda. I'm not sure if that's right, but
and then Cadet
that came later.
Cadet Morales said Mothra.
Mothra's Japan.
Fred Bowman said Kimshira.
Kimshira. That might be the bird.
Another vote for Mothra by Cadet Farwell. And Cadet Bowman said you don't mess with radioactive kimchi.
Kimchi.
Okay.
Kimchi, yeah, very spicy.
Cadet
Not
Morales
Rodan,
said Rodan.
that's Japan. I will say that there were two versions of this movie. There was a 60s version, and then they came out with another version, I think in the late 80s, maybe early 90s. Oh, there's a 8x10. just came by here to read Fred Bowman's commentary, because Fred Bowman is a funny guy. He's a funny cadet. He is. Thank you, Fred Bowman, for your service. I'm still going on flying radioactive kimchi. Aha. Oh, still haven't got it yet. Yes, Garuda. That is a big monster from there, but not the biggest one. Okay, Julio Morales, you just won a sticker. It's Yangari. Yangari is the biggest monster out of Korea. So we're going to send you one of these. Hot off the presses. We just picked them up today.
Congratulations.
Yes. You'll have to give me.
Congratulations.
I have your address already. I've sent you stuff before. I've sent you Rolling Rock stuff. So I would eat that. Kimchi. My daughter loves it. All right, I'm sorry, Rory Penland's daughter loves it. I think of her as my daughter. I'm her godfather. I heard she just got a U.S. Florida ID today, too. So that's nice. Well, I can't see Farouk Gamera movies. Oh, okay. That's an action figure. Yeah. This little thing, it's less than 3 inches tall. It's tiny. It's a tiny little thing. Yep. Feeling Yangari. Yes. So, Julio, you won the sticker. Thank you very much for playing along. Yes, it was Yangari. And again, that was one of the movies that's in that DVD set. I'm hoping to get a copy from that set digitized so that I can actually make a timeline for this show. Because Yangari, that's a movie you really need to see. It was the first one. The 60s one was like the first big monster kaiju film from Korea. And then again, they remade it later. So I think it was, oh God, late 80s, early 90s. They remade Yangari. Julio is winning everything lately. Is he now? He's a good player. He knows his stuff. And speaking of which, we might have Julio on the show next week because he pointed out last week that we haven't done a zombie film in a while. So it's about time we did a zombie film. So I am going to try to do a timeline for Return of the Living Dead, the original. There's a Return of the Living Dead, which has punk rock music as its background, which is interesting for a training film of this nature. And this is where the whole brains thing came from with zombies, that they eat brains. Okay, that's where that started, was that movie. I just want to eat your brains. Makes them feel good. What can I say? So, Hazzard, do we have any other business we need to talk about before we close up shop today?
We don't, but I just want to say that what we're learning, hopefully the cadets are learning that just because something seems very harmless, like a bunny, we learned, but bunnies are not always harmless. Even a turtle, is it turtle? A turtle, even a turtle can be very, very, very dangerous. I'm just putting that out there. So
why do you sound like Elmer Fudd now?
I think he was from New York. I think Elmer Fudd was from New York.
Very, very?
Very, very.
I didn't realize you had that speech impediment.
It's just being in New York. I don't
That's like me going, okay, let's watch our movie.
I do want to encourage any of the cadets who have audio capabilities to go back in. There were a lot of general noises, a lot of howitzer noises that were quite intense from this episode.
Well, me trying to impersonate Gamera.
I do want to, there was that, and there were a few other ones. And then, I don't know if we had any peach tea noises yet, but...
I just burped.
I think that counts. Yeah.
I did a little peach tea burp in my own mouth.
That's right. Well, speaking of Cadet Morales, he's going to be live on SDF Network tonight. He's going to be interviewing Renee Yaworsky.
A little bit of this.
Hope I said that right. I don't think he'll have that. He won't have that. And they're going to be at 10 p.m. Eastern.
Renee Yaworsky's coming on what show now? I like her.
It's Julio Morales. It's going to be a Drunkles interview, because we have the Drunkles on Friday. And so there's going to be a 10 p.m. tonight, and it's going to be Julio Morales, SDF Network.
That's nice.
Isn't that beautiful? So I hope to see everybody there. I'll be watching. Definitely.
Hopefully I will be as well.
Okay.
If I'm not sleeping.
Wunderbar. Teudel. Yeah, Teudel. That's how you... Yeah, wunderbar, yes. Teudel is the correct spelling. Cadet O'Leary has the correct one. And congratulations, Cadet Morales. I hope you can enjoy the sticker. Sticker? How do you say sticker? Elmer Fudd, yes. Wabbit. But how does... I know that the General does a good impersonation of Elmer Fudd.
What?
Yeah, the General does a very good impersonation.
Who told you that?
I've heard you do it. I'm sure I have. Or Rory taught it to you. I think Rory taught it.
Godzilla, you kaiju, you. Substandard. It works.
Substandard. Thank you, Cadet O'Leary. I'll be seeing you there as well.
Dan.
That's gonna be wonderful.
I should have said "Whoa, Dan" because that's funnier.
Whoa, Dan.
Godzilla doesn't have any speech impediment in it,
None.
But whoa, Dan. Oh, I hope we can catch Whoa, Dan. That's better. With Elmer Fudd,
good.
That's the General.
I can see that you've been training with Mr. Penland, so very well done.
I have.
Congratulations.
Yes, he's an impressive teacher, trainer.
He really is. That's right.
He has 1,000 voices.
Renee does not know her sepia. That is so true. Thank you, Cadet Bowman. Everybody comes in when Cadet Bowman is here.
We're going to be careful when we call her able-bodied, too. I don't want to get cancel cultured for that.
That's right. We don't want to do that. You wascally rabbit. That's it, yeah. We could also call him a squirrely rabbit in honor of Rebecca. Yes. Okay, General.
I always wondered what it would be like if a woman actually had sex with Elmer Fudd. Because, she'd be looking
I don't want it in my brain. I
was about to do it now. She would be looking up at, I'm sorry. I must have premature ejaculated.
It's not right, General. It's not right.
Not for kids.
It's not good. It's not.
All right. I think we've had enough fun with Elmer Fudd now. So yes, next week we're probably gonna do Return of the Living Dead, with its fantastic soundtrack, including the Butthole Surfers and a lot of other guys, and should be interesting. And again, we'll try to see if Julio can make it for that show, because he's our in-house expert when it comes to zombies. So also tune into Celebrity Spotlight on Monday afternoons. Tune into It's Casual on Tuesday evenings at 7 o'clock Eastern Time. And again, all these are Eastern Time shows. The times I'm saying, they're Eastern Time. And of course, this show, 6 o'clock Eastern, every Thursday on Facebook's Cosmos Creative TV, and look for it on YouTube, Cosmos Creative TV.
That was another Howitzer noise. I hope somebody caught that.
Yeah, my tongue gets tied a lot now as I get older. Yes, Return of the Living Dead is a fun movie. So that's why I picked that one. I was thinking either that one or Dawn of the Dead, and I was like, you know what? Let's do Return of the Living Dead. That's a new one. New series to start with. So, yeah. Okay, then.
I'm going to roll the credits. But I just wanted to see if you could do a noise.
I knew this was going to be a short one.
You did a wonderful noise, and it's okay. It was a short one because it was short and sweet, and it was wonderful.
Movie.
That's
Sepiatone.
Right. Sepia. Just keep saying sepia. I'm a scientist. I know what sepia is. I'm a scientist. Okay. Bye, all you cadets. Thank you for your service. Thank you, General. Good night,
Keep an eye out for
everybody.
those big monsters.
All right, that's right.